Hello everyone, my name is Chow Guardian. Welcome back to more Pikmin. Last time, we battled the Smoky Prog and got the final ship part in the distant spring. And as you'll see in the background, there was a bit of a meteor shower. That happens when you unlock the final area. I don't know if it happens again once you come back if you decide to go to a different area, but I do know that once you unlock the final area, you do get that very nice meteor shower. Quite like it. Anyways, we have one more area to go, the final trial. So without further ado, let's get started. So, here we are. This area is a lot smaller than you might think. Compared to a lot of these other areas we've been exploring, this is about as big as the impact site, I would say. Maybe even a little bit smaller than that. But before I really go into any of that, we have a puzzle we have to do. It's the only real puzzle we actually have to get done. Yeah, very small. But it requires all three Pikmin types, so I'm going to be getting out reds, blues, and yellows. Blues you really want for this part because you have to get down not one, but two bridges by crossing the water. So I mostly predominantly got a bunch of blues. I did get a couple yellows as well because there are some walls we're going to need to destroy. And oh yes, yellows are going to be very, very important going forward. Trust me, it's not just for one area. It's going to be for multiple areas. So first we have the reds right there, because they're the only ones who can go through the fire geysers. The yellows are the only real ones I can get over there to that top platform over there. But first I decided to have the blues working on these bridges because I don't want to just be sitting here wasting time just kind of waiting around. So I decided to get a bunch of blues to work on it. It can be kind of annoying that sometimes the blues will just go up to that stone wall and try to bash their heads against it and do nothing, but that's the game. We've dealt with it before. You know how this goes. And now that all these blues are working on the bridges, we have the yellows where we're going to have to use their height, well, throwing height in particular, to throw them across this chasm. You can throw any Pikmin on the first one, and I accidentally forgot that you were in the water. Probably could have actually carried him over to the other side. I had to make things quicker, but what you gonna do? But you're gonna need yellows for this part, because there are bombs on this side, and we're gonna need their throwing height to get over there. Which, maybe we might need it? I don't really know, but anyways. We ride the geyser up, and they get the bombs. Yeah, this is about all yellows are really gonna be needed for. Their height really doesn't come into play that much, but yellows I'd say are going to be instrumental today. Very instrumental in making things a lot easier for us. There's even these extra bomb rocks over here that I decided to grab, which I don't really need them, but I decided to grab them anyways because, trust me, if you're going to want some bomb rocks, you're going to want to be prepared. And those blues are almost done with it, so thankfully, that's going to be done really quickly, thankfully, by the time we get back at least. I hope so. Oh, and be careful with these bombs. I should mention that if a Pikmin who's carrying a bomb goes into the water, they will instantly drop the bomb. It'll just disappear and disintegrate, so be careful with that. I don't think it'll explode, but still, be very, very careful. But now that this bridge has been taken down, we have 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. And that's taken care of. And thankfully those blues over there are almost done too. Oh, nope, they have one more segment to go. Oh. I was close enough, you know. I was close. There is one thing that I really don't like about this area. The probably most annoying part about this area is taking Pikmin across the bridges. Just like before in the Forest of Hope, where you have to be careful with carrying Pikmin into that burrowing Snagrid arena, yeah, there's a high chance that Pikmin can get stuck under the bridge and drown. and accidentally go in the water, it sucks. It really sucks when it happens. And it's happened quite a number of times to me when I played through this area, so be very careful. But, now that we did it with the reds, we want to push them all the way over here, so that way they'll push that cardboard box. And now that that's taken care of, we're pretty much done with the puzzle. Yeah, we're actually really done with the puzzle. It was insanely quick. So, there's really not much. Like I said, this area is quite small. I'm trying to get all my Pikmin here. Kind of annoying when they get stuck under the bridge, but thankfully, they didn't get stuck under the bridge, and I have 22 Pikmin. So now we don't really need blues ever again, but I decided, I'm not going to take the blues. I'll keep them out for a little while longer. There's no real need to put them away. Now, let's have them out here for our final showing. Our final showing indeed. I'm totally not alluding to what we're going to be doing next. Totally not alluding to it at all. Nope, not at all. Never. I'd never do something like that. I would never. For this last piece, you're going to want a lot of reds. If you're not really caring about anything really else and you just want to do it as fast as you can, you mostly want to bring a bunch of reds. You want to put all the blues in the onion and then just bring out a bunch of reds. But I decided not to, and I decided to bring a couple more yellows out, just because bombs, once again, are going to be important. Though, you definitely don't need this many yellows that I have. This was maybe a little overkill, but I just wanted to make absolutely sure there were no issues. Yeah, there we go. All of our Pikmin, and we have this one gate. They only need one bomb to be destroyed, but I threw 2 bombs, which... it's kind of a waste of bombs, but trust me, we're going to have a lot more ready. We have a lot more ready. You'll see. So first, we're going to move around that suspicious little hump over there, that mossy rock. Break this gate as well. And there we go. And what's behind this gate is quite a bit of surprise. More bombs, actually. But... more importantly, that you might want to know, and you might not know about this, but there's grass over here. And where there's grass, there's nectar. And you get a lot of nectar from this. At least, I know I did when I plucked the grass, so yeah, there's a ton of nectar here. And it's weird, you might be saying, we haven't really fought a lot of enemies, so why would we need grass? Well, you'll see. I throw these 2 reds away. I kind of like keeping the Pikmin in groups for this. Kind of separate to themselves. Reason being is... well, again, you'll see in a moment. But first, you have tons of bombs. You have tons of opportunities to get bombs here. There's an overload of bombs here, so do not worry about how many bombs you're going to need. There's an overload. A cesspool of bombs here. And I make sure all my yellows have these bombs. Again, don't really need to, but I decided to do it just to make it easier so that way I can grab the bombs because, well, say it up front, we've got a very dangerous fight ahead of us. Quite a dangerous one, and bomb rocks are going to be instrumental. And I really would recommend you keep your bomb rock Pikmin away from your main group. Keep them far away. But now... let's go to that suspicious little rock. Or is it a rock? It is a shell! Meet the Emperor Bulblax. The final boss of this game, actually. Now what it's going to do is it's going to shoot out its tongue. And by the way, that tongue can snatch up all your Pikmin, by the way. All of them. It has no limit to how many Pikmin it can snatch up. So be very careful. But anyways... the Pikmin, or the yellow Pikmin with the bomb, is going to throw the bomb. The tongue is going to slap him in the face. He can eat the bomb as well, but he won't get stunned for nearly as long. But once he's stunned, you throw up all your Pikmin on there. He does have a jump attack when he gets out of stun. There's no real way to stun lock him into this, unfortunately. Not that I'm aware of. And my one problem with this fight is it can be really finicky with bombs. It can be really, really finicky with how these bombs work. Because sometimes the Pikmin won't throw it and they'll get eaten up. Other times, he won't eat it at all and the Pikmin will just throw it. So, that's the one thing I will complain about this fight. is that the bomb rock gimmick can be kind of awkward, if I'm being honest. And as you saw before, I lost a Pikmin because they messed it up. And then look, again, like, they're not doing anything. They're supposed to, like, run back and do it. And then this time they do it. It's really bizarre. But anyways, they just throw a bunch of Pikmin on his head. Throw them at the top of his head because when he gets up, he will jump attack. That jump attack will crush Pikmin. So be very careful with that as well. Immediately grab your Pikmin and run away as fast as you can. As fast as you can. And as I'm about to get more bombs, the Pikmin do this. Kind of annoying. This boss has the potential to be really easy or really hard depending on your luck. Because sometimes he'll just walk away and not notice you for the arena. And it's kind of annoying. And at half health, he will do a certain attack that we will see in this fight. But first, so is the bomb. And I think this is going to be the last phase. That's what I think when I was doing this. But unfortunately, because it took me so long to get all the Pikmin, yeah, he's still alive. Kind of annoying. And look at this! Super jump! Sometimes you will do it twice, actually. And that's when he gets at half health. Kind of annoying, if I'm being honest. But anyways, then he just decides to not look at you. And yeah, I've seen this happen where he just decides to not notice you. You have to get really close for him to notice you. Because, yeah, that can be really annoying and a big time waster. A real big time waster. But anyways, doesn't work again. Really hate the bomb throwing. But this time, throw it. Hits his tongue. Throw a bunch of Pikmin. And he's defeated, and he spat out, "Ooh, what is that?" At long last, I found the final part. My secret safe. It's as full as ever. How glad I am that I persisted in my search without losing hope. Now I can leave this planet without any regrets. Maybe I'll even stop and pick up some souvenirs for my wife and kids back on planet Hakatate. And yet, because of that little glitch, we get to see him die and sink into the sand. Glorious! Glorious! He drops 5 pellets of different colors. They're all going to be random. But yeah, he dropped the last ship part. And that's a funny glitch that can happen. You just got to make sure you get up to the piggy bank before he dies. But yeah, let's take this thing back one final time. The most amount of Pikmin that can carry this is 90, actually. Would have loved to have a 90 Pikmin carrying it back, but we kind of have 16 bombs, and I don't want to destroy almost 100 Pikmin for this. But yeah, look at how small that area is. It is very small. It's pretty much meant to be just kind of a final gauntlet to make sure you know how to play the game, that you know what you're doing. There's even these over here if you need certain types of Pikmin to get through certain puzzles. And there's pretty much just the final boss, and that's really about it. So it's really not much. I will say I do really like the music. I don't know if the music changes at night here as well. If it does, I'll post it in an extra video. Once we're done. But yeah, now that we're done here, carry me back, my minions. Carry me back. Do it! I want to see fireworks one more time. You got it. And unfortunately, I don't get to see fireworks one more time. Well, what can you do? I have finally recovered every ship part. Now I can return home to Hakatate. Our ship's looking good as new. But that does mean we actually do have to say goodbye. And thankfully it looks like the Pikmin will be just fine without us. And that was the best ending you could possibly get in this game. There are other endings, but I will be showing them off later, of course. So, 14 days. Honestly, I'm really darn impressed with myself that I finished in 14 days. I could probably finish it even faster now. 1,241 sprouted, the least I have sprouted, which is pretty crazy. And I've lost 64 Pikmin. Quite a number of them were some dumb deaths, and a lot of them, and I think a third of them, were done to Wollywogs. But outside of a no damage run, it's the least I've lost, which is pretty impressive. And there are all the ship parts. The ones in blue are the ones that are not required. I kinda wish the game told you which parts aren't required to get, if I'm being honest. I really wish it didn't. But thankfully, as long as you get all the ship parts from every single area at the very least, and you don't do the final area, you're guaranteed to at least get the normal ending, at the very least, so I am appreciative of that. But yeah, let's save our progress one more time. And we're done here. We can finally go home. And that was Pikmin 1. I could say that this is a really fun game to play. I think this is definitely one that definitely suffers from, as some people call it, first game syndrome, where it's the first time they're really doing this, so they haven't really worked out all the kinks. And I definitely would agree with them. I think there's definitely stuff that I don't really like. Sometimes fighting enemies can be a real pain to deal with. And I think Pikmin AI can be really dumb. I've already made my grievances with tripping very clear at this point. I've made tripping very clear that I don't like it. And I do wish you were told which parts were optional before the game ends. I really wish they told you that, because I think that would make things a little bit easier. But, despite that being said, I love coming back to this game. It's kind of like the original Luigi's Mansion for me, which I did mention before, but it very much bears repeating, where, like the original Luigi's Mansion, there's something just super addictive about playing this game over and over again, coming back to it, improving on things, trying things I never really did before. It's great, and I love it. It's probably my favorite game to replay. Out of all of them that I've played, it's probably my favorite to come back and replay over and over again. Funny enough, just like the original Luigi's Mansion for me as well, that it's the same thing, where I love replaying it over and over again. Now for kind of this, well, I guess, how I've done this project. I gotta say, it's been a very interesting experience, I'll say. And I flubbed up my words, but interesting experience of doing post-commentary. It's been a very interesting experience, and I quite like it. I kind of want to keep doing it moving forward. It hasn't been perfect, but I really want to keep moving forward and getting better at it, because it's been a lot of fun doing, and kind of looking back at my gameplay, laughing at it, kind of talking about it, having a joke prepared or two, or thing I want to talk about. It's a lot of fun, and I can see a lot of advantages to doing it, and I've never really tried it before, but I kind of want to do that some more, and I really hope to keep doing that. Oh, and by the way, the credits theme is amazing. I know I kind of talked over it. Don't worry, I'll let us listen to it before, well, another time, but I love the credits theme of this game. I didn't get to talk, I kind of talked over it, but, blah, words, messing up. Ah! I like the credits theme. That's all it is. And yeah, we get a bit of a enemy roll call for this credits theme. I don't like it as much, but it's quite nice. So, now on to other things. Like I've said before, I will be covering Pikmin 2. Not right now or immediately. I still need to finish the game. but I promise I will cover it at some point. I will cover it relatively soon, just not immediately. And I do have something else I'm looking forward to trying. Very much looking forward. I have the next game I want to do already in the books. I'm looking forward to recording it. Oh, it's going to be fun. But outside of that, what's left for this series? Well, there's an optional boss I haven't fought, and I promise I will be going over that. There is a game mode that I need to show off. The 2 other endings, which I already recorded the bad ending, I just need to get the normal ending now, or I guess the 30-day limit where you have all the required parts ending, I guess. Don't really know what you'd call this ending, if I'm being honest. But outside of that and those few things left, I don't have much left to offer this game. So for the main series, it's about over. I only have about 1 or 2 more videos left, I'd say. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys did too. If you enjoyed this series, and you really are looking forward to the next one, or want to see what I do next, might recommend hitting the subscribe, just in case, so you don't miss anything that comes next. You'll immediately get a chance to know what I'm doing and when it comes up. So if you're looking forward to that, make sure to subscribe. If there's any videos you liked in particular, you could leave a comment, or give a like, or really anything you like. I'm not picky. I'm not really picky on how you do it. If you like it in general, well, I'd appreciate any kind of support you like. Like, however you want to do it, whether you really like it, or subscription, or comment, I'd appreciate it for myself, at least. I'd rather say it at the end more so than the beginning, now that this is all kind of over and there's not really too much left after show. But yeah, now with all that said, I'll leave you guys here to this credit sequence, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Ciao, Guardian. Signing off. Ciao.